I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Super Sons issue number 12, the grand finale of the Super Sons of Tomorrow storyline. What's the fallout of these cataclysmic events? Well, let's hop on in together and find out. Okay then, so a lot happened in the last installment of this story. Tim Drake, aka Savior, our sort of villain but in the end not, absorbed all the power of Superboy's solar flare, and then just kinda disappeared to do his own thing in hyper time. I smell an upcoming miniseries or maybe even a spin-off book if this one sells. This is good because it means our heroes are victorious, but it's bad because it means our antagonist is gone and the story is pretty much aimless for the next 22 pages. But hey, wait, we also have the Titans of Tomorrow made up of Connor Kent and a bunch of other interesting characters. Surely their interaction with Superman and the Teen Titans will be interesting, right? Only we don't get to see them interact at all because Superman Connor Kent says that his Superman told him not to divulge too much information when traveling through time or to alternate dimensions, so they just up and leave. Oh, you hear that sound, everybody? That is the sound of a million Connor Kent fans being left with balls as blue as Dr. Manhattan. Well, okay, what about Superboy? Is he still in danger of going supernova and killing everyone? That's certainly what Superman is worried about, so much to the point he figures that he should dissolve the partnership between Damian and John. You know, just to err on the side of safety, John says that what went down with Tim Drake from the future basically changed history anyway. I don't know how he knows this, but he's saying it. So they figure they're in the clear. Furthermore, John likes the idea that Damian actually had his back when other members of the Teen Titans didn't during this whole debacle. And as such, the two Super Sons fight to stay a team and ultimately end up winning. Speaking of teams, Damian has a lot of unfinished business with the Teen Titans, especially the three members that Judased against everyone else and chose to join Savior. Heck, that's just one of their problems. There's a real breakdown in leadership happening too. Starfire is technically the one in charge, but Damian is still the one making all the important decisions. The group is also down a base now after Titan's Tower blew up, so Superman offers use of the Watchtower for the Titans to put all of their matters to an important vote. So surely heads are gonna roll, right? And the team is gonna have to be reshuffled. It may be, but you're gonna have to go read Titans to see how that turns out. Instead, they decide to go in a completely different direction. Damian, after being a dick about it this whole time, actually does want John to become a member of the Titans and puts it to a vote. But Kid Flash, Raven, and Aqualad don't end up voting him in. They promise it has nothing to do with John. They like John. It's just, you know, it's not you, it's us. We have our own problems we need to deal with. We can't take this relationship too fast. Damian comforts his friend John and more or less says, screw those guys, we'll go have our own fun adventures. And that, believe it or not, is where the comic ends. So that's Super Sons number 12, everybody, and I don't know how to feel about this issue. It's an epilogue issue that actually does very little epiloguing. In fact, it more or less says, hey, want to find out what happened next? Go read these other books. Honestly, as I sit back and look at this whole storyline as a whole, it feels like they maybe had bitten off way more than they could chew. Or at the very least incorporated one too many storylines that they couldn't see through to the end. The so-called antagonist just kinda wanders off. They brush off the threat of Superboy's solar flare ability. The Titans are fractured but are staying together anyway. The only real story arc that had any conclusion is Damian actually wanting Superboy on the team. But when you stop and think about it, we've already seen their love-hate relationship play out in the main Super Sons book, so this isn't really all that special. I mean, if this was going to be the everlasting effect at the end of the story anyway, did it really need to be such a big crossover? I certainly don't think so. Overall, it's not bad. It definitely starts strong and ends weak. I just cannot help but shake the feeling that there's so much undiscovered potential here, which is why I can really only give it a 6 out of 10. So that's Super Sons of Tomorrow, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, be sure to take a look at some of this other stuff I've been working on. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to date on when a new video is coming out. And hey, if you like what I do and are in a supportive mood, please check out my Patreon link down in the description. Not only do patrons get exclusive access to videos and podcasts before anyone else, but they help support me, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month, and I would very much appreciate it. So until next time, everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again next time. Bye-bye.